Hello prestigious personalities, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Aryan Kumar and today I am going to teach you all about SAT basic maths tips and tricks about SAT. Today we are going to just cover what are the basic tips and tricks that you should follow according to the digital SAT maths book and the tricks that you should know about it. They are conventional tricks that can help you at a lot of prospects, so you should focus upon it. First of all, if you are given an exponential form of two equations, first of all, the thing that comes to your mind is either I will subtract, either I will um, add the both equations. If in case there's not any type of situation, any type of scenario that is saying us to add or subtract between the equations, then the simple thing you will do is multiply the equations by the number 2, then you will get your preferred answer according to the options that you are having in your question. This is the first trick, that multiply your equivalent equation by the number 2, right? Okay, the second trick for it is second trick is when and asked about graph of equation, look at the y-intercept and evaluate your answer. For example, if I'm having two equations, two basically answers right here, 2 and 3. This is just an example. Right here, of course, this will be our intercept and this will be our slope. So you have to focus upon the y-intercept and solve it accordingly. Such as if we are having an equation of 3x minus 2, then our intercept will be 2. You have to solve it accordingly. Such as if I'm drawing a graph right here, the y-intercept is at 2 and the other one is at 3, then I'll simply draw a line and check my possible answers. The range of difference between them will be one of the option of among my answers, right? So that is how I evaluate a intercept, y-intercept, right? The third tip for it is search for a possible answers always, right? This is pretty basic, I can say equation, or you can have an idea by simply looking at it. Search for possible answers in the question, eliminate the wrong answers at first. So in equation based question, I would suggest to go through a possible answer at first, and I will go through other questions as well. I will give other tips as well. Let's move further upon it. As here is written, eliminate wrong answers as well. Okay. The fourth tip for it is make a graph in equations. Questions like inequalities, always try to solve a graph, a equality question that simply asks you about slope or intercept concept. So you simply can draw a graph if you can't do it in your own mind, because yeah, of course, a graphical question doing in mind is quite impressive for people that can do, but those who can't, they can simply do it by making a graph and solving it accordingly. Okay, so the fifth tip for our SAT concept is, in these type of equations, try to move the number in between and solve and eradicate the square roots of it. How I'll do that? For example, um, is equals to x plus 28 equals to 2 multiply by, right, x plus 1. That's how I eradicate the number 2 between of them, and I move that towards its own value, that is x plus 1, square root x plus 1. Then I'll simply apply SQ on both sides and try to find my actual answers, eradicate the wrong ones. Yeah, that's how the tip 5 works in your these type of questions that are asking for square roots and you are having a particular value in between of them. Okay, let me just set my copy. Okay, in a angular question, pay attention to hemispheres such as x and y. For example, let me showcase it to you clearly. Wait. Okay. Now, if I'll draw a simple triangle right here, we aren't having any type of hemisphere right here, but if we are having an added value, for example, let's suppose it as the line D, then or x, you can simply say it as x, then you can multiply the inner value towards the outer value, then it will be y plus x, not multiply, you can add them, and they will give you the equivalent value of 180. Sorry for making it unfocused. Okay. uh, yeah, so that's how you focus upon angular quotients and pay attention to hemispheres. Basically, hemispheres are the addition of two conventional angles that are opposite of each sides, and after adding them we'll have a acute angle of 180 degree. Yeah, so that's how I evaluate this scenario according to my perspective. Okay, so the next step is, uh, when there's a constant in value in a question, add your answer's value to it. Example, constant equals to y equals to x, k upon x. Meanwhile, the k here is our constant. Okay, k denoted as a constant. Value is 2 and 6. Meanwhile, y equals to our 6 equals to our y-intercept, 2 equals to our x slope. Right, so simply we'll add our equations right here. For example, y equals to 6 equals to k is our constant upon 2. Then further we'll solve it and have our answer according to the options that is given below. That's how you solve a constant value in a question and add your answers to it. Basically, you will be having a formula and you will be solving it according to the given values. Okay. uh, the seventh tip, I guess the seventh one, the tip says try to do mental maths and practice algebra as much as you can. I have some suggestions for you. Download Elevate app. You can practice divisions, percentages, multiplications, additions, subtractions at higher level, and you can level up your mental maths level at an post mentality level, that you can have a certainty of numbers and evaluate them according to your mind math, right? Okay, the second tip for it will be read word problems deeply and answer quickly. I can say word problems are the easiest part of your SAT basic maths. For example, one is saying that a boy is 5 year old, his elder brother is 10 years old. How much their age will be after 50 years old? Try to do it as soon as possible according to your mind. Rather, you can go through solutions if you can do according to your mind. Yeah, that's how my tip works right here. Okay, if they are the hard ones, focus upon the units, right? So if you are having a value of 1 lakh or any number that is having a lot of zeros in it, you can go through its units. For example, liters, kgs, kilograms, etc, etc. A lot of units are there according to the scenario that is given by the question. So yeah, these are few tips and tricks according to the SAT digital maths nowadays that are quite adaptable and useful as well. So yeah, I hopefully eager to present more videos in front of you. And that's it for today's video. Bye bye, sayonara, danke.